Saturday morning. Okay, comfortable seat. That means be supported if you need to be supported. Underneath your hips or underneath your knees, or not at all. Oh, hi Maria, nice to see you. Good. Yes, understand it's been too long. So let's make it happen. So we're just sitting in a comfortable seat. You can go ahead and mute when you're ready. Place your hands on top of your thighs or your knees, and let's place our palms down for a few moments. Just allow your shoulders to come down. And start to breathe into the spaces of the back body, the side body, and the front body. And just grounding ourselves with our hands down on our thighs. And broaden through the collarbones. Start to inhale and expand the inhaling breath. And when you empty the breath, let everything go. While you're sitting in this comfortable seat, you can set an intention for your practice, your day, whatever takes you along. An intention could be a thought, a sound, a mantra. Take a cooling breath through the nose, in and out of the nose. Empty this next breath, and bring your chin to your chest. Keep shoulders pressing down. Holding onto the front of the legs, the knees. Pull yourself back into a C curve. Just scoop out your belly, relax your neck and shoulders down. Inhale, come up and forward, hinge forward. Exhale, bring your chin to your chest and round your spine. Inhale, lift up, come forward, shoot over your hips so you feel the sitting bones as you rock forward and back of them. Exhale, round and curl. Start to move to either side and make circles. Use your hands to guide you a little bit. And then reverse the circles. So, almost every class we start with the 6 movements of the spine. Come back to center, and of course the centering, the breathing. Come back to sitting up nice and tall. Inhale, stretch your arms up overhead. Touch your palms together and then open them out. Bring them down by your side. Press down. So press the air down. Inhale, stretch the arms up. Exhale, press the air down. Start to engage the back muscles. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale, take your left hand outside your right thigh, right arm behind you. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist a little deeper. Inhale, bring the arms up, come back to center. Exhale, right hand outside left thigh. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist deeper. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, take it over to the right side again. Keep your right fingers behind you towards the left side of your mat. Inhale, stretch your right arm up and over, lean to the left side. Exhale, bring your hands across each other. And for now, just pull your belly around your back, pull away once again from your center. Inhale, come back up, take your left hand behind you, twist over to the right, left side. Inhale, stretch your left arm up and over to the right side. Keep your left hip grounded. Exhale, release your arm, cross the body, sit up tall. Inhale, and then exhale, roll back again. Inhale, come back up, release your arms all the way up, make a big circle, and take them back behind you, fingers come in any direction. Lean back, shake out your legs, and switch the cross of your legs. Typically, we sit in the most comfortable position, which is our most, I can't think of the word, I'm thinking habitual side. All right, so we're back into the sitting position, crossing the legs, hopefully a little bit more than just the ankles, but a little bit higher up to the knees. Sit up nice and tall again. Inhale, stretch your arms all the way up overhead. Exhale as you press the air down, just press the right side down and lean to the right side. Lift out of the left side. Use the right arm to lift you up and rotate your torso. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, left arm down, right arm up, open up, twist. Inhale, back up again. Let's go back to the right side. Exhale. Inhale, come back to center. So as I said, we warm up the 6 movements of the spine. Each time we, warm up our bodies. Right arm down, left arm up. Stay here. Press a little bit lower into your right arm or your hand and rotate a little bit deeper this time. You can drop the forearm to the floor if it feels right for you. Inhale, press up and go to the other side. Left arm down, right arm up. Press the forearm down. If you'd like, rotate your torso more. Inhale, return back to center. Arms up. Exhale, float the arms down again. Bring them behind you. Lean back, shake out your legs. And then take your feet as wide as the mat. If you have a block, take your block the long way in between your legs right now. Lift yourself up and have a seat on the block. Take your toes open wide, your hips open wide, and place your hands on the floor. If you have another block, you're more than welcome to put your hands on the block as well. Just find a nice long reach out of your arms, but keep your heels down, your seat grounded. And then press the knees against the triceps. And then press the triceps against the knees at the same time. So you just create this kind of like a suctioning action. Draw your pelvic floor muscles up. And as you press your hands and feet to the floor, begin to shift yourself forward and then stand up into a wide-legged, open-toed or open-hipped. Move your blocks out to the side. Standing forward fold. So the knees can be softly bent, your hands can be on the floor, the blocks, even the shins. And with our feet a little wider, maybe the palms will come down. Shift your hips over your ankles or your heels rather than back behind you or over your toes. So you want to keep the heels grounded. Inhale, lengthen your spine, come to your fingertips, shins, or blocks. Keep your right leg where it is. Step your left leg back and lower your left knee. So your right foot is turned out considerably. You can even walk the foot forward and the left knee back a little bit more if you need to, and of course be on the blocks as much as you need to. Hands are on the inside of the right foot. Good. And just lean a little bit forward of the left knee. Take your right hand on top of your right thigh, rotate your torso. And then take the right arm up and behind you, palm open towards the back of the room. Lift out of your left waistline, so you're not dumping all your weight into your left shoulder to stabilize, right? You're just staying strong. Your right foot is still grounded firmly, even though it's just turned out to the side. Exhale, bring the arm back up and over onto the inside of your thigh. And just go ahead and straighten the right leg a little bit more. Doesn't matter if it gets perfectly straight or not. Walk your hands forward and push your hips back a little bit more. One more breath. Inhale, come back to center and walk your right foot all the way into the center. Turn your left foot to the side. Come up onto your left leg and keep your right leg bent. Arms out, shoulder height. So like a warrior two pose. Inhale, hinge forward. A little bit in front of the ankle. Exhale, straighten out. Not all the way. Just a little bend forward and back. Take it back again. Lunge down. Inhale up. Exhale, lunge down. Hinge forward. Take the right arm on the right thigh, left arm up, and all the way over your head. Use the right arm to help the right knee stay open towards the right pinky toe. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, come back up. Take your left arm to the floor. Right arm, right leg goes straight, and right leg lifts up, right arm comes overhead. Spin your heart open. Reach in two directions, long. Exhale, bring your right foot down, come back up, bend your right knee back into the warrior two pose. Release your hands, turn your hips forward, walk your right foot back to the center. Tuck your left toes underneath you. Lift your left knee up, keep your hips low. Inhale, step your right foot back, and lift your hips in the air. Downward facing dog. Bend one knee, then the other. Find some stillness in your downward facing dog when you're ready. The knees can be bent a lot, a little. Your hands can be on the floor of the blocks. Lift your hips up in the air. Inhale, come onto your toes. Shift into your plank position. Without bending your arms, just drop your hips down. Exhale, lift your hips back up. Step your left foot outside your left hand. Turn the toes out to the side. Lower your right knee to the floor. Good. Use your blocks wherever needed. Right knee goes back behind your right hip. And then take your left arm, bring it up and back behind you. Palm faces up. Open up your shoulders, chest. Push the floor away with your right hand. Inhale, reach the right arm back up and left arm, back up and over. Good. Snuggle your left foot in a little bit close. Oh, now let's take it into a straight leg. Go ahead and straighten your leg. Or straighten as much as you can. Notice my hamstrings are fairly tight. Relax your neck and shoulders. Inhale, rebend your knee. Now we'll snuggle it back towards the center of the mat as you turn the right leg to the side. Inhale, come up onto your right shin. Warrior two pose. Lean into it. And then come back off of it. Exhale, lean into it. Back off. Exhale, lean into it. Hold here, not your breath. Good. Good. One more breath. Good. Inhale, now you're going to straighten the left leg. Right arm's going to come down. Left arm, left leg come up and over. Lengthen out of your hip, lengthen out of your shoulder. Rotate your torso. Flex your left foot strong. Find those outer glutes working for you. Inhale. Left leg down. Exhale, come back up. Spin back around, face the front of your space. Tuck your right toes underneath you. And then step your left foot back to meet your right foot. Lift your hips in the air, downward facing dog. Pedal it out or stay in stillness. Good. Inhale, rise up on your tippy toes. Engage your quadricep muscles. Just pull your knees up to your hips. Pull your pelvic floor muscles up and in. And shift forward to a high plank position, top of a push-up. And then just drop your hips with a straight arm. Bend your knees to the earth. Push your hips to your heels, child's pose. Reach your arms all the way forward to push your hips all the way back. Inhale, walk your hands to the right side. Inhale, walk through center to the left side. Right hand on top. Inhale back to center. Exhale, come to your hands and knees. Tuck your toes underneath you and lift your hips in the air. Step your left foot forward between your hands and turn everything over to the right side. Grab a block or two nearby. So your toes are facing the right side of the room. They're fairly level to each other. Place your hands on the block any height and lengthen your spine. Of course, if you don't have a block, but you do have something that can raise you up, use that. Place your left hand on the block, right hand to your sacrum. Lengthen your spine and rotate to the right side. Hug your hips to midline so you're not going to get as big a stretch as you'd like. Right arm comes up. Exhale, right hand down. Left hand to your hip. Lengthen your spine. Turn your torso to the left, hug your hips to center, and lift the left arm up. Exhale, fold. Move the block over to behind the right ankle or behind the right foot. Bring your hands to your fingertips and hands to your hips. Rise up to standing. Adjust your clothing. All right. So your feet are wide. Your arms will open up and be as wide as the ankles. If not, widen your stance. Turn your right toes to the right side. Left toes turn a little bit forward, so towards the top edge, left corner of your mat. Bend your right knee, warrior two. And just like we did before, back off of it and bend it again. And straighten it. And bend it and hold warrior two. So the right knee presses out towards the right pinky toe. The right shoulder, left shoulder are open to the left side of the mat. The back foot presses firmly into the floor, pinky toe included. Check out your right knee, Maria. Just keep pulling it towards the right pinky toe a little bit more. Breathe in. Lift out of your waistline. Pull back a little more with your left arm so the shoulders stack on top of the hips. Inhale. Exhale, bring the right hand on the right thigh. Left arm comes up over your shoulder. Use your right arm to help guide the knee open a little bit more. Right thigh parallel to the floor. Now pull your left shoulder back as well as your right shoulder. Turn your left palm towards what is now the front of the room, which is the back of your mat really, and bring it over your head. Using the arm to assist you, rotate your torso, tuck your tailbone underneath you. Press firmly into your feet. Release your right arm to the left side. And then inhale, reverse warrior. You're going to keep the block there, don't worry about it. Come back to center, inhale, warrior two. Exhale, settle. Inhale, straighten your leg. We'll be back there again, hands on your hips. Turn your left toes to the left, which is the typical front of your mat. Should be anyway. If it's not, you're on the other side, it's okay. Open your arms back out, shoulder height. Bend your left knee, warrior two. Knee outside, towards the outside of your foot. Straighten out of it. Rebend. Straighten up. Rebend. Straighten out. Hold the bending for warrior two. So again, the knee in line with the hip, pointing towards the pinky side of your foot. Back foot is now towards the front edge of your mat, or if there's a clock in front of you, about 2 o'clock. Arms, right arm pulls back a little bit more, so the shoulders are stacked. And the right shoulder is open a little bit, right? So we're not pulling it forward. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, lengthen your torso. Exhale, left, reach forward, left hand on top of the thigh, right arm up over the shoulder. Left thigh becomes parallel to the floor, tailbone underneath you. Strong leg, strong center. Now turn your right palm towards the front of your space. Bring the arm over your head. Use your left arm to give you movement in the torso. And then if you can bend the leg a little bit deeper. Side angle pose with just a variation of a support. Float your left arm to the right side, reach it out. So you know that your body is doing the work, not your arm holding you up. Inhale right into reverse warrior. Exhale, arms up, shoulder height, straighten your legs. Turn to face the right side of your mat. Bring your arms behind your back, interlace your fingers. Palms together, knuckles down, chest lifts up, open chest. Exhale, soften the knees as you forward fold. And then when you come down, you decide if you want to straighten your legs. Shift the weight a little bit more towards the balls of your feet. Let your head hang down. Shake it out, yes and no. Just let go of any tension. Inhale, release your hands to the floor. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, take your right toes, turn them to the right, left toes go a little bit with it. And now put your hand on the block outside your right ankle. And it could be on any height block. Bring your left hand to your hip, right knee bends. Open up to the left side. Left arm comes up, palm faces the front of the room, which is the back of the room really. And then take it overhead. Side angle pose. Tuck your tailbone underneath you. Lengthen out of your hip. Reach your fingertips to toe tips long. Breathe in. Keep your leg bent. Inhale, come up, pass through warrior two and reverse the warrior. From reverse warrior, begin to straighten your front leg. Inhale, rise up. Hinge forward. Take your right hand still on the outside of your foot, but now on a higher block outside the calf. Left arm up in the air, triangle pose. Tailbone underneath you, stack your shoulders. The right leg is straight, not locked. So engage the quadricep muscle by pulling the toes of the knee up. And actually, let's go ahead and lift the right toes up today. Take a little of that pressure off. One more breath. Good. Now, exhale, bring your left hand to your hip. Right toes come down. Inhale, lift yourself up. Turn your right toes to the left, just a quarter turn. And take your arms back behind your back, but interlace the other finger on top. Lift your chest up. Soften your knees as you forward fold. Let your head come down. Once you get down there, you decide if it's appropriate to straighten your legs or not. Inhale, release your hands to the floor. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, turn your left toes to the left. Put your block on the outside of the left ankle on any height. Keep your left hand there. Your right toes are towards the front right corner of your mat. And inhale, open up, right arm over shoulder, left leg parallel to the floor. Reach out of your waistline. Turn your right palm towards the front of your space. Bring the arm overhead and spin the heart open. So you still want to pull the right shoulder back a little bit so that it's not pointing down towards the floor. Breathe in. Left leg parallel to the floor. Strong in both legs. Strong in the waistline. Lift out of your left hand, so don't use it just to slump into, right? Just use it for a little bit of support. And then inhale right into warrior, a reverse warrior. Straighten your front leg. Inhale, rise up to stand. Reach your arms out. If you like to shorten your stance and triangle, go for it. Now that you know where we're going. Bump your right hip to the back of the room. Reach forward. Take the left hand again on a block. Highest height outside the calf. Right arm stacks up over your shoulder. And then we work on bringing the right shoulder back towards an imaginary, maybe not so imaginary wall. Lift your left toes up today, just because you can. Breathe in and out. One more breath. Feels so good on my body. I never want to come out of this pose. Exhale, lower your foot. Inhale, rise up. Turn your left toes to the right. Turn your right toes to the right. Inhale, bend your right knee, warrior two. So pull back a little more with your left arm. Exhale, take your right hand now outside. So entering it into it from a different way. Left arm up and over. Inhale, come back, reverse the warrior, and straighten your front leg with the toes up. Exhale, reach forward. Take your hand on the block outside the right shin. If you don't have a block, you can put your hand on the shin, or on the toes, or on the floor, wherever your body takes you to. Let's take the left arm, bind it behind the back. Lower your right toes and bend your right knee. Take your right hand on the inside, open your heart. Stay here, or some of you take a full bind underneath the right thigh, and the same action in the torso of opening up. Left shoulder pulls back. If the left shoulder comes forward, just let go of the bottom bind. Just work on opening the shoulder. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, straighten your front leg, lift your right toes. Hinge out, not down so much. Inhale, rebend your right knee. Release your bind and go back to reverse warrior, sorry. Inhale, straighten arms and legs. Turn your right toes to the left. Left toes to the front. Bend your left knee, warrior two. Pull back with the right arm. Inhale, reach out. Left hand on the outside of your foot. Right arm up and over. Reverse your, side angle pose. Rotate your torso. Keep pulling that right shoulder back. Good. Inhale, rise up, reverse the warrior. Straighten the front leg, lift the left toes. Inhale, come up and reach out. Find your block again. Highest height underneath your left shoulder. Triangle pose with the toes up. Toes down, knee bends, right arm comes behind your back. Open up your torso. Good. Now take your left arm, if you take a bind underneath, the only way to bind is to have that right shoulder open. If the right shoulder is down here, there's no sense in doing the bind. Release the bottom arm. Just work on the opening of the shoulder torso. And then work on the left thigh being parallel to the floor, knee pointing out towards the pinky side of your foot. One more big breath. Good. Release your bind. Come back up through warrior two into reverse warrior. Listen carefully. Exhale, bring your hands to the floor. Face the front of your space. Step back into a downward facing dog. If your block is at the back of the mat, bring it back to the front of the mat. And then bend one knee at a time as you walk out your dog. Inhale, rise, and let's just do it the back way. So walk your hands back to your feet. Turn your toes out. Come into a low squat. You don't have to come all the way down to the ground. You can stay more upright. Breathe in, breathe out. So squeeze your knees and your arms towards each other, tailbone down, heart lifts. Breathe. Place your hands to the floor. Lift your hips up and forward fold. Bring your left hand to your to your hip, maybe even just in the back of the body. Take your right arm in between your legs and underneath the right leg, reaching around for the left arm, twist to the left side. So right now have both knees bent. If you'd like to straighten your leg and fold, go for it. Inhale, rebend your knees just a little bit to release the bind to the floor. And look forward. Exhale, straighten your legs and fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Little bend in the knees, right arm behind your back. Left arm comes through the two legs, under the left leg, and reaches for the right arm. And that may or may not happen. The knees are bent, we're twisting to the right side. And then straighten your legs as much as you want or can. Empty the breath, release the arms. Bring the hands down in between your two legs. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Turn your toes forward. Walk slowly to the front of your mat, finding a downward facing dog. Send your feet a little bit closer together. Inhale, rise onto your tippy toes. Shift forward, plank pose, hold the plank. Shift forward, lower the hips. Lift up the hips, downward dog. Step your right foot outside your right hand, left foot outside your left hand. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Round your back to come up. Ragdoll all the way up. So I'll make this a little bit simpler, which is not such a true thing at all. All right. Shift your weight to your left leg and lift your right foot off the floor with your hip and knee open. So hip and knee open. Hug your left hip in. Open up for balance. All right, so I'm going to turn around again. Now lower the right leg, excuse me, and let's just go ahead, put your hands on your hips, let's just do the other side. So shift your weight to your right leg, lift your left leg up and open, hug your right hip in, and when you find the balance, open up your arms. Open up your hip, Maria. Yeah. Do as much as you can without your arms, it's okay. You're going to get to use your arms. Place your feet down. Place your hands on your hips. Let's turn the toes a little bit more forward. Softly bend over. Don't go all the way down, about halfway. Bend your right knee and take your right hand inside your legs. And then behind the right thigh, hamstring, left arm behind you. So we're coming from a half standing position. Right heel is off the floor. Press down firmly through your left leg and float your right leg up in the air, opening your right hip out to the side. Good, all right. Good, Michelle. And if you straighten the leg, bend it again. Everybody, bring your leg back and place it on the floor. Just release your arms in forward fold. Sway a little side to side, let go. Come back to your center, bring your hands to your hips, come about halfway up. Take your left hand in between your thighs, and then take it under the left thigh, so you're going to turn your shoulder. Right arm comes behind your back and reaches for the left hand. Maybe it grabs it, maybe it doesn't. Look down, slowly begin to come up to standing. Open out the left hip, hug the right hip in. Any variations are welcome. So if you extended the leg, extend the leg. If you're not, good, Michelle, that's good side. Yeah, better side, I should say. That's good, good, Maria, you got it. Lori has her own. Slowly, if the leg is straight, bend it. Bring it back in, undo your bind, release your hands, and forward fold to the floor. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Step to a high plank position. And push back to a downward facing dog. Bring your feet closer together. Lift your right leg in the air, bend your right knee, and open up the hip. Let the right foot just hang back a little bit. Square your shoulders. If you like to flip your dog, take your right foot, follow it to the floor behind your left leg, and either straighten the left leg or bend it for a wheel type pose. And if you're not dropping back, that's okay too. If you're in your drop back, come back to center, plank pose with your right knee to your chest. Right foot steps outside the right hand. Lower the left knee. So your left knee should be behind your hips, your right knee is over your ankle. Breathe. Inhale, stretch your right arm forward and back around, palm is up. We did this before. Bend your left leg and grab a hold of the foot. Now, I noticed I moved back a little bit to grab my foot and then drop forward again. Yeah, you can do this standing, of course. Breathe. Hug your hips in, turn. Release your foot slowly if you have it. Take a block into your right hand. Begin to straighten your right leg. Take the block the long way and have a seat on the block with your right leg forward, left leg bent. If that doesn't work, take your both legs forward. Inhale, stretch your arms overhead. Exhale, hinge forward and grab a hold of your foot. And if that doesn't work, there's a towel strap nearby, use it. Or bend your knee. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, fold. Take your left hand on the outside of the left foot, shin, ankle, wherever, and stretch your right arm up. One more stretch. One more big twist. Release the arm. Good. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Slowly come off of your block and rebend your right knee. Tuck your left toes underneath you. Low hip. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips up in the air. Feet a little closer together. Inhale, float your left leg up and open up the left hip. If you like to flip your dog, follow your left foot behind you, and then take your version of flip dog, bridge, wheel, scorpion, whatever you take. Exhale, return, left knee to the chest, you're in a plank. Step the left foot outside the left hand. Lower the right knee down to the floor. Inhale, stretch your left arm back, palm up. If you can kick your foot up, grab a hold of the ankle, foot, or shin. And again, if you move back to get it, that's okay. Then see if you can just shift forward again. Keep pulling your leg away from you, opening up your shoulders, chest. One more time. If you're holding onto your foot, just gently let it go. Release your hands inside the spine. Take a block and push back. You straighten your left leg and sit on the block in a half virasana. And if you don't have a block and you can sit down on the floor, great. If you have to modify, modify. Inhale, stretch the arms up. Exhale, hinge forward, grab a hold of the foot anywhere, shoulders down. Try to think about leveling out your hips. So the tendency is probably going to dump into the right hip a little bit more. So push the left sitting bones down and try to level out your pelvis just a little bit more. Keeping your right hand on the right foot ankle. Inhale, open your left arm out to the left side. You might not get so much space, right? So just work the twist as best you can. And try to avoid turning the left toes in towards the midline. Keep them up. Exhale, fold over. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, bring yourself up into a low lunge, move the block back. Tuck the right toes underneath you. Step back to plank and then into downward facing dog. Inhale, shift forward to a plank position. Take 5 counts to bring yourself all the way down to the floor. 5, 4, 3, 2. You can bring the knees down. 1. Come into low cobra. I just thought about it. I don't think we've done a cobra yet. Let it go. Exhale. Inhale, low cobra. Now release your hands back behind you. Palms face each other. Lift your chest up. Push the top of your foot down. Lift your knees up, but keep your feet on the floor. Take your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers, palms together. Pull your shoulders, chest open. And if you'd like to, lift your both legs off the floor. Lift your chest. You're resting on that space above the pubic bone, below the hip bones for 3, 2, 1. Release your left ear to the floor, arms by your side, toes turn in, shoulders drape open. Inhale, turn your head forward, bend your knees, flex your feet. If you can reach your feet, grab a hold of your feet. When you do that, again, the knees might splay out, you might have come out of position. Try to bring your knees closer together and your heels closer together and flex your feet. Without lifting anything up, any thigh off the floor, lift your chest off the floor. Good. And then decide if you want to lift the thighs up. Lifting from both sides of the body, kicking away, chest up. If this doesn't work for you, go back to the straight arms, straight legs. One more breath, a little higher. Exhale, come down. Take your hands by your side, push back to child's pose. Reach your arms forward, reach your hips back. Walk over to your right side. Walk over to your left side. Inhale, return to center. Exhale, pull yourself to your hands and knees. And then just send your legs out in either direction, either side, and bring them out in front of you. Move the flesh, rock side to side. Turn your toes up towards your face. Bring your hands by your sides and lift your chest up. Good. Just check behind you to make sure that you have space on the floor and actually have a block nearby. So walk your hands forward and bring your arms up shoulder height, palms face each other. Or if you wanted to be, clever, you could put the block between your hands. Tuck your chin into your chest. Pull your belly back. So you're going to go roll backwards to the floor slowly with control. Energize through the legs. Lower the upper middle or the lower middle, upper, back. Place your head on the floor, bend your knees. Take your block on its lowest height. Lift your hips up and send your hips onto the block. Line up your heels with your sitting bones. Reach your fingers towards your heels. Inhale, lift your right leg off the floor. Now, keep pressing the right hip down. Because again, you're going to want to put the brunt of the weight into the left leg here. So we want to level out the pelvis and engage a little bit of your core action. Knee over the hip, knee in line with the ankle, so it's called a 90-90 position, right? 90 degrees at the hips, 90 degrees at the knees. Inhale. Exhale, lower your right foot to the floor. Inhale, lift your left leg, 90-90. Pull the left hip tailbone down to the floor, belly and ribs down. And lower the leg. Inhale, lift the right leg up. Take your arms overhead. Pull your shoulders down. Exhale, bring your left leg up in line with your right leg. All right, just think about it for a moment. Extend your left leg and your right arm. Right arm behind you, left leg out in front of you, doing dead bug on a block. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, right leg long, left arm back. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, right arm, left leg. Inhale, center. Exhale, right leg, left arm. Inhale, center, do one more on each side. And when you're done, both arms and legs are up in the air. Stretch your legs straight in the air. Lower your arms. Open your legs about hips width apart. Let your body sink into the block if you're using a block. If you're not, let your body sink into the earth. The legs don't have to be locked out. You might start to feel a little shakiness in the legs, maybe a little tingling and warmth in the bottom of the legs. As you redirect the flow of blood, breathe in and out. Inhale, lower your right foot, bend the knee, and then slide the leg out on the floor. Hold on to the back of your left thigh. Flex and point through the ankle, make circles. Inhale, bend both knees, legs, arms on the floor, legs up. Exhale, bring your left leg to the floor. So I'm sorry, I bent it and then slid it out. Let the right leg come up and hold on behind the right hamstring. Now this time, let go of your leg. Bend your right knee, slide it out on the floor. Both legs are out in front of you. Inhale, stretch your arms over your head. Reach away from your center. Everything pulling from the center of the body. So the arms go away in the upper body. The legs go away from the lower body. And now just soften your glutes and let your body surrender onto the block. One more breath. Lower your arms by your side, open up your palms, shoulders open. Inhale, bend your knees, feet on the floor. Exhale, lift your hips up, move the block out to the side, articulate your spine down, and hug your knees in. Open your arms to a T, shift your hips to the right, let your knees fall over to the left, spinal twist. Any variations are welcome, of course. Inhale to center, move your hips to the left, let your knees fall to the right. Inhale, return to the center, hug your knees back to your chest. Lift your head and shoulders up off the floor. Exhale, head down, feet up to the sky, happy baby, holding on wherever you like, sending your tailbone onto the earth. Release your feet, draw your knees back to your chest. And start to stretch your legs out in front of you. And one more time, stretch your arms over your head. Reach in two directions. And then reach just the entire right side of your body long. And the entire left side of your body long. Inhale, reach everything long. Exhale, bring your arms by your side. Open your hips, let your hips splay open. Take a scan of your body as you start to let it completely surrender into the earth. Slowly let go of everything. Oh, I'll leave this on for a few moments for Michelle. All right. Let go, empty. you'd like to stay longer in your Shavasana today, please stay. Just turn off the sound or the video. Or begin to make your way back, deepening the breath. Bringing your awareness back. And gently bring your knees back to your chest. Bring yourself to either side. Come to a seated position. And for those at home, stay fit, stay healthy.